There is a multi-trillion-dollar industry in the Far East on the brink of collapse. And we have a little bit of new speculation surrounding the mega whale transaction of 30 billion Ecomi. And also we have the first one-of-one NFT auction coming up for Veve, and we want to know where the whole market with our favorite project and our favorite token is going to and headed to. And that is why we need to look at the macro as well as the very micro at the same time to get a better picture of what is going on at the moment. Hey everyone, it's a patient hodler coming at you with another video, and in this one we are going to cover exactly these topics: the NFT auction, why Veve does not do marketing surrounding this one-of-one NFT, although it seems they should, what I think is potentially going to happen in the crypto market and the broader markets in the next weeks and months, because we have already covered it on this channel. But before we start, please keep in mind that I'm a crypto and NFT investor and not your financial advisor. So please do your own research before you ape full degen into the Veve one-of-one NFTs, the Ecomi token, or whatever other investment opportunity that we are talking about. Also, thank you very much for supporting this channel, and if you like this content, please consider dropping and smashing up the like button, at least one like as a one-of-one, and subscribe to my channel. Let me know in the comments below what you think about all of these topics, and don't forget to tap the little bell to always get notified whenever I upload a video or start a live stream. At this point, I also want to thank my rare hodlers for always supporting my journey here on the channel. Thank you so much for holding or hodling the line. And with that out of the way, let's get finally started. So, as always, let's start out with the more macro perspective and work our way down to our favorite token and favorite NFT project, which is Ecomi and Veve. There are a couple of things in the news regarding the broader markets that caught my eye, and the first one is that apparently the real estate market in China has a bigger problem, and we know of this since the Evergrande scandal, where we already suspected that the markets could suffer a collapse. But now all the time we have seen some of these news popping up surrounding China. For example, an attempted bank run that was shut down with the help of the health apps around China. But now we have really news around an ongoing problem within the real estate market, and it seems that there is somewhat that is close to a Ponzi scheme is happening and affects more than one of the biggest real estate providers in China. There have been a lot of very good and detailed videos about this, so I'm not going to repeat the whole situation. One of these very good videos that I want to recommend right after this video is the one from Andre Jig, I think from 2 days ago, about the China situation. But I want to add one of the news here, and that is that also because of supposed energy supply problems, one of the most important economical centers, the Sichuan port, has closed for approximately 6 days, and this is one of the most important for microchips and solar panels. And one could argue that it is not only because of some energy supply, but because at the same time the Western world is executing the Rapid Pacific exercise, military exercise in Australia, and maybe this is an economical reactive answer to that, but this is just pure speculation, could be absolutely not attached to this. So then let's look at the overall crypto market that our projects are embedded in, and there I want to address some of the comments and some of the replies that I've gotten throughout the last videos. Obviously, I was being accused of having a brain freeze to the downside that I could not see when the bottom is in, and I want to first of all make the statement here that this channel has not the purpose to provide a crystal ball and to see how often I can be right or not. This channel has the purpose to track certain, in my opinion, important events in the world and how they could or could not impact the broader crypto market and also Ecomi and Veve as a whole and all the other altcoins that we are talking about on this channel. And with that, I want to mention that obviously my rather bearish outlook at the moment is just because of the macroeconomic factors, some of which I have already mentioned, and the situation of the market as a whole and the structural trend that we are seeing right now. And for me it is, I turn bearish when I see very hard evidence for being bearish, and I turn bullish when I see very hard evidence for being bullish. So right now for the crypto market, what I see is a series of lower highs and lower lows. And I will display it here clearly that we can see it. And yes, I didn't see this series of lower highs because you need two of them, and lower lows, you need two of them to at least see this trend. But when you see it, you can turn bearish or bullish, and you just go with your strategy and align with your strategy in confluence with what you are seeing at the moment. So let's cover a little bit more of the news that I've seen. You guys probably know the movie and the guy behind The Big Short, Michael Burry, who shorted the market before the US subprime crisis, the US housing crisis. And Michael Burry made a move again. He is known for frequently tweeting on Twitter and then deleting the tweets. And what he has put out is that he sold off all his stocks in this relief rally, besides two stocks, which is stocks of mental institutions and stocks of private prisons. So I would say this is a very, very, very dark look if we interpret this composition that he has right now. But the fact is that this guy was right about the subprime crisis. Maybe he has a specialty for upcoming crashes or shocks. So at least we should see what he is doing. Doesn't mean that he has to be right about it. He can obviously, as everyone in this market, get wrecked with his decision. But I think it's very interesting when someone puts out such a harsh move and basically goes short in this relief rally that we are seeing right now. So as mentioned before, we are seeing for the crypto market, until a certain level is broken in the charts, a series of lower lows and lower highs in the rather macro trend. So if you're pulling up the daily or the weekly charts, we can see that. And until proven otherwise, in my opinion, we are still in a bear market. So what is happening in a bear market, in my opinion? In a bear market, we have a trend that goes hard down. And a hard trend sometimes has corrections. So the correction in the bear market is upwards. If we would be in a bull market, we would see a parabolic move probably in crypto and throughout crypto, and a correction rather hard to the downside whenever a correction is necessary to cool off the market. So I just put this out as a question. Could everything that we see since 2 months be the ramp up for a harder correction to the upside before going down? Because this video doesn't mean that we have to go lower. And also, this video doesn't mean that we could not have seen the bottom, but I want to put out some points here why I do not believe that we have seen the bottom. The second one is that apparently the crypto market reacts to the DXY, and the DXY is on a parabolic move, and whenever the DXY is on a parabolic move, the crypto market has found itself in a downtrend. Now, we have seen, as it is in a parabolic move, a pullback of the DXY, and now we see a bounce. So could it be that the DXY continues its parabolic uptrend for now, and that we can see more downside because of that within the Bitcoin price? Let's just think about this in this manner. So the next one is that we have a situation going on a global scale that is a war between Ukraine and Russia still. And we see right now that China is taking part in a military exercise of Russia in Russia with Chinese troops. And in my opinion, this is something that we would usually say, okay, this is normal, but in this specific situation, it has a little bit of a taste also, because it clearly shows which side China is on, and that in any case they would be sided with Russia. At least that's what I personally interpret from this. Now, altogether, I do not see any of the factors solved, besides that we have seen inflation coming down a little bit because of the gas prices. So do I believe to 100% that crypto is going to see a new lower low in this bear market? No, not 100%. I always consider the fact that the bottom might be in, which is why I allocated money in the last very harsh drop, but I still have dry powder on the sidelines to take advantage. Also, I am not any financial pro. I'm just a guy without a house around cornfields that is talking about crypto. So take everything that I say with a grain of salt, or rather with a grain of corn, right? So please don't take me, oh, I sold everything because Patient Hodler said something on his 2,300 subscriber channel. No, just add it to your overall research. And I want to especially thank the people that criticized me for maybe having a too bearish outlook, because this means that they are thinking for themselves and that they are coming to another conclusion than I do. Nevertheless, the reason why I'm talking here is because I saw these news: Michael Burry, the military exercise of China, the locking up of the port, and the housing crisis, the real estate crisis in China lining up. So this is basically 4 factors in which China is right now. Embedded in China is a very critical and very important economy. And with that said, let's get over to the Ecomi token, because for the Ecomi token, obviously it's important what is happening in the global space, what is happening in the crypto space. And yes, with Ecomi, we're also in a bear market. We are seeing a very nice rounded flat bottom, not too excited movement. But what we see is that the 30 billion Ecomi tokens that have been pulled together from almost 20,000 different wallets, probably potentially by a script, have been consolidated in one, have been moved potentially to a swap wallet, and from there have been swapped to ERC20 Ecomi, and then consolidated or put in one other single wallet that could be a wallet of a single entity, could be a wallet of an exchange, which would be then Bitforex. So also some people have commented under the other videos when we didn't know who was pulling all this Go Ecomi together. Yeah, that is just Bitforex. And that might be true. Don't get me wrong here. I'm not trying to paint a situation in which Ecomi is going to zero because someone is dumping 30 billion Ecomi into the market. I do not believe that this is necessarily the case, but I want to inform you always about what is going on and the possible factors. And, well, even if it was Bitforex, let's just say for the sake of this video and a positive outlook that this was Bitforex. And the question remains, why did Bitforex store all that Ecomi in almost 20,000 wallets, some of which are so small that you only have 8,000 Go Ecomi on this wallet? So this question remains. Nevertheless, even if we have it proven that this all belongs to Bitforex, and this still means that the number that we assumed to be Ecomi holders, different Ecomi holders, because of all the wallet addresses that have at least one Ecomi on it, is at least 20,000 wallets lower than we have suspected before, because all of these Bitforex wallets then have been emptied right now. So I know this video is going to be a little bit longer video, but I want to cover all the facts and all the topics that I can think of right now. So the next one is the upcoming, and probably when I get to upload this video, the 1-of-1 NFT drop. And yes, I know most of us are very disappointed that it's not a Banksy one, but there are some arguments to make in favor of Veve why this drop is as it is. And the first one is that this is a test. This is a test run, and this test run cannot be done like with the comics in a private manner. So that means for a test run, for an auction, you need a lot of auction participants. So you needed to put something out that has enough importance to the current community, but not enough importance to break the system in a test run. So obviously you wouldn't use a Banksy. So what is important for the community? Well, a lot of people are very hyped on David. So they put David and Ron English as an artist that is also favorited by many people together, and they put out a rather funny joke as the David Warhol NFT. And for some people this will have, as the very first one-of-one NFT on Veve, have some value. In my opinion, the only thing that is a little bit unlucky about this is that you basically burn the first ever one-of-one for this. But I understand the necessity to have test runs before you get out with the real big deal. So then I have seen a comment by Dan Schauble that said, why is Veve not making marketing about this? And the general question about why is Veve not doing more extensive marketing is a very legitimate one. I also want to see it. Regarding this drop, because of the things that I've just mentioned, it makes sense to not make marketing, because the people that are right now on the app are enough people to make a successful run, a successful test for this NFT, but not too many to completely break the system and make it a failure. So I understand that you don't want to get like thousands of people on this app, and also why would you make marketing with a rather funny, more jokish NFT drop? So in my opinion, for this NFT drop, I'm not mad that there is no marketing. I'm more mad about no marketing for other drops, or I would be mad about the lack of marketing if we would see the next big new IPs coming out on Veve also without any bigger marketing efforts. I understand that there was not too much marketing made about AF15 if the intention was really to reward the current and existing holders with the special Grail comic, and then after that start a new phase, a new era on the app that is really pushing Veve forward to a new level of adoption, and that goes into the right way of mass adoption. So to sum it all up, am I still bearish on the overall crypto market? Yes, with the exception that I would not see it 100%, never have seen it 100%. Could the bottom be in? Yes, of course. Do I think that it is in? No, I don't. And I will act exactly according to what I see in the market right now. Am I bearish on Ecomi? Yes, because Ecomi reacts to the overall crypto market, and if I expect a lower low there, with the premise that Ecomi is not putting out anything like the OMI utility program in the next, let's say, 4 or 5 months, which could be actually a timeline where they could put out a first iteration of this program. And we have seen that it was announced with these timelines already. So yeah, it could change the game for the Ecomi token. And finally, am I bearish on Veve now because of this one-of-one drop? In my opinion, this is not too big of a deal. So yeah, that's basically it. That is the video. Let me know in the comments below what you think about all of these topics, and wherever you are on the world, have yourselves a great morning, evening, day, night or afternoon, and see you in the next video.